Hello dear. In this video series, we are going to discuss about data structure and algorithm subject. So I have taken the syllabus of Anna University and SRM University. So as per the syllabus, I'm going to put up all the video lectures related to the subject. Okay. So first we'll start with what is data structure and algorithm. Okay. And this is just an introductory video. And I'm just going to discuss about the different basic terminologies that are needed in order to study this subject. Okay. So first one is what is data structure? So data structure is a way in which a data can be stored, organized, and some operations are made. Okay, so it is regarding like how to arrange a data in a structure, okay, such that for certain application, we can use the data structure automatically. Okay, the way in which a data can be organized, arranged, okay, and it is stored. Along with that, what are all the operations that can be performed in the data structure? Okay, so when it comes to operation, we are going to see the logical way in which it is represented, not the programming way. Okay, so you can choose any programming language for implementation. So here, the algorithms, it is all of a pseudocode structure. Okay, it just gives the logical and mathematical way in which a data can be manipulated. Okay, how the operation can be performed in a data structure. Okay, so here, before starting the subject of data structure, we have to start up with the basic terminology. What are the terms we are going to use in common, okay, in the entire subject? So this is a syllabus for Unit 1 I have taken from SRM University. Introduction, basic terminology, what all the operations that can be performed in data structure, algorithm for searching, sorting, mathematical notation, basic mathematical notations with the asymptotic notations for time complexity, along with the different types of data structure and starting with arrays. So these are all the content of Unit 1. So we'll start with what are the basic terminologies that are involved. So first we should know what is data, right? When you want to study about data structure, we should know what is data. So what is data? Data is a raw entity extracted from anywhere. So all the values, all the set of values like a name, mark, register number. So all the content, the flower, whatever you see, whatever we store, everything is a data. Okay, so data is a wrong set of, not a wrong, like it is not an organized way. Okay, so data is a raw information, okay, raw values that are extracted from the real world. Okay, it is either value or set of value, whereas information is processed data. Okay, so when you just collect the entire mark list of a class, so the entire mark list consists of different marks, right? So those are all values, data. Okay, so data, it is actually a plural value. Okay, it is not a singular, it is plural. Okay, there is no term called data is datas. It is not there. Okay, so information is one where when you want to find the top mark, highest mark in the class, lowest mark in the class, the pass percentage or anything regarding that. Okay, so manipulation done in the data, right? So that is called an information. So data is a raw set, whereas information is a processed data. Okay, so example for data is the mark list of a class, whereas example for information is the maximum marks secured by a student, or the in a subject, what are the maximum marks secured. Okay, and we should have something called, like, we are not going to deal with information over here. So it is data structure. So we should know all different terminologies and categories used in data. So you should know what is data item. Okay, so data is a set of values where data item is a single unit value. When I consider about name or address or mobile number, age or something, okay, so all the single values are called data item. Okay, so data item is a particular portion of a data that represents a thing. Okay, so and in data item, there are two types of data item. One is called group item, another one is called elementary item. A group item is one where we can split the element. For example, when you consider name can be split into first name, last name, and middle name. Okay, a group of entities together represent a single item. Okay, so this is called a group item, and elementary item cannot be splitted. Okay, so one example for elementary item is age. Age is a single number, right? We can't split that age. Okay, So that is called an elementary item. Group item, in turn, it has a subdivision. Okay, so each single element, a single subdivision, it is called a sub data item. Okay, and example for elementary item is mobile number or age, which cannot be split. Okay, so these are all basics. What is data? Data item. And next, we should know what is field, record, and file. Okay, so when you are collecting data regarding certain, like for example, a student database or inventory database or employee in an organization, if you are collecting the data now, so all those collections are represented in a database. Okay, so when you are representing the data in a database is when you are storing it in a particular portion, okay, particular format. So that is called a database. We should know what all the small portion in it. Okay, so when details are collected like this, okay, so this is called an entity set or entity. Okay, so entity set is entities with similar attributes. For example, for student details, when I collecting student details for some 3 or 4 sections, the details are going to be the same, right? So this is called attributes. Okay, name, age, mobile number, ID number, and all there, right? So for this, for each and every student, you have a particular values for it. So this is called an attribute, and values are for a particular person. What is his name? What is age, mobile number, ID number? So all these things are values, whereas attribute are the informations. Okay, what all the thing that we need to extract from the user. So that is called attribute. Okay, so entity set is when you collect entities with different, the same attributes. Attributes are going to be the same. You're going to collect about name, age, mobile number, and ID number for the some set of students. Okay, so we call that set of students as entity set. Okay, so student details is an entity set. When you take an organization, the employee details is an entity set, and it goes on. Okay, so here we should know this portion, right? I told you as attribute, right? So this attribute is also called as data item or a field name. Okay, a single portion. Okay, single entity details is called an attribute or a entity, data item or a field. Okay, it is a single entry, and this one particular student's details, a value for each and every record. For example, when I take Deepa, name is Deepa, age, mobile number, and ID number is there. For a particular person, the entire attribute value is stored. So this is called a record, a single row, details expressing for a particular person. That is called a record. When there is collection of record, when you are taking details about so much of students, okay, this is called a file, a single file. Okay, file is collection of records. Okay, so example, student details, inventory, organizational data, so everything is there. Okay, and when you are storing the details, it is called a database, I told you, right? So this entire set of records for taken for an particular organization, okay, there should be a unique way of identifying a person. For example, when I want to identify the student name, okay, you have a classroom and each and every student has their name, mobile number, and all those details are there. A particular entity can be used for, it is unique for each and every person. For example, you have your register number, okay, and other people's have their employee ID or something. Okay, so that in turn, it is different for each and every student in a class. Okay, so we use like previously we used name, but there are a few people we have who have the same name in a single class. So now we are going to we are using a register number for representing each and every student. Okay, so that field, that register number is a unique field for each and every student. And when I call out a register number, only one student comes in. One set of record alone is taken for that student. Okay, so that one particular thing is called a primary key. Okay, so primary key is one particular place or one particular attribute value, which is unique for each and every record, by which we can extract a record out of the entire set. Okay, so that is called a primary key. Okay, so this is the example, and file is the collection of records. Okay, so and the records are of two types. One is fixed length record and another one is variable length record. Okay, so fixed length record is one where the attributes are same. The data items are same for all n number of students. Okay, organizational. When I take employee details, name, mobile number, age, everything is same for all the people. So that is called fixed length record. But when we consider a variable length record, it is an example you can take it as in student record. For example, the number of subjects studied per a student. Okay, so when you just consider for a student or the number of arrears a student have. Okay, so the subjects number, it is not a count. Okay, you have to list out all the subjects in which a student has an arrear. Okay, so this actually varies from 0 to n. One student, he don't have any arrear at all, and one student, he can have he will have some arrears. Okay, so based on that, this field value will vary. Okay, so these kind of records, we call it as a variable length record, and fixed length record is where the data items, the space occupied by the data item is same for all. Okay, so these are all the basic terminologies that we want to know before studying data structure. Okay, thank you.